Brother Meg. I was just explaining to Cameron like things, and I thought I'd do it on video because it's probably what I need to do, but I can't bring myself to do it on my own because like you feel like you're explaining stuff stupidly. So yeah, I'll turn you around and I'll explain stuff. So I'm just explaining that this here is what the augers, I presume, run inside, and they go up onto the top of there, and then feed drops into those red things and goes into the robots. Roy is literally squirreling around tidying up because he cannot cope with the amount of bits of paper and whatnot on the floor. All of this is milk lines, so that comes back from the robots. You can see it comes up through the roof.
The insulated one.
Yeah, and then runs forwards and backwards and God knows what. That's just electricity and power, I think, to be honest. Which I don't get because we took power underground, so I don't really know what these are for.
They'll probably not be power, they'll probably be linking the robot to sensors in there or something.
Ah, right.
So it knows when that's either full or getting full or something.
Yes. So this is just gallery, basically. Just like we're just gonna. This is just going to be an area to stand and have a look at cows. This is Meg.
Oh, your empire. Hello.
This is the office. This is obviously going to be windows in here, and then that's going to be built up to the top, and then it's going to be insulated, and we'll obviously be able to. But they've needed to take all the floor up to do all this very neat wiring stuff. That's just whatever that thing is behind you. What electric stuff. Electric stuff. Some bricks there. There's going to be some compressors go here for that massive big black tank. So this is my compressor. That's about all I know about this, to be perfectly honest. I don't know what it runs, I don't know what it does. I'm presuming everything on the robots is all air done. So all the gates and things go psst.
Yeah.
Roy's just getting excited about tidying up. That's the brew station. It's got milk. Should I put the milk in? I should probably put their milk in the fridge so it doesn't go off. That's a packet of tie wraps. Don't know where they went. Honestly, I said to him the other day that he gave me some and I was quite excited. He orders in the thousands and thousands. Yeah, so they go in here like this. There'll be there's a wave floor to come. That one over there's got one in. And they walk into here, and then that thing at the front is a reader that reads a collar, and that moves backwards and forwards, that flappy thing there. That trough, it goes back into the machine. And then they go in here and they go down here and they eat the food, and then they go out here. Presuming the machine's more efficient at pushing this than me. Do you get me? Can I squeeze past without it getting me? Yeah, I think I can. And then you come in here like this, and then you push them through, and then this decides which way you want the cow to go. If you want it to go back into the normal shed, it obviously goes that way and they walk out here. But if you want it to go into the back area, that flips that way and they walk through there. Last time Cameron and Meg came, this was hardcore. So, yeah, it's a bit different.
I think this bit right here was probably 4 foot lower.
Yeah. Yeah, it was all big mountains. So these are troughs that went in. That's all slurry. They run there, here and there. And then there's a massive pipe that goes right down the shed, out the other end into slurry. And these are cubicles.
Is that where they're going out?
No, they're going out here, like directly where that thing is. And then they'll head off out into the fields and gallivant and look pretty. I don't know, it's cool, isn't it? This is a robot.
So many emergency stops.
I know, so many. I said, what do you need an emergency stop for? And he said,
if a cow gets tangled in it.
No, yeah, if a cow sits on it, essentially, at some point, the machine will do itself more damage trying to pull the arm out repeatedly and not being able to. So the emergency stop is literally for something like that.
Yeah. I wonder if you can press the emergency stop from your phone.
Well, I know, because otherwise it's a pointless. You're not going to be stood here all the time, are you?
Turn that thing off now.
Heat of metal that's then...
Cameron's found a friend.
Try and put your feet down properly.
Physio for the lamb. Morning, children. I'm really tired. I don't know why. I've got to move several thousand things. There's a delivery driver just arrived with some... Oh, I've not got the keys. Oh, it's a disaster. Oh, the day's starting off badly. Oh, I can't cope. Haven't got the keys. No, I've not got the key. I've not got the key. I've not got the keys. Come on now. My life's ruined. Honest to God, this is crazy. I'm having to move the saw bench so the guy can turn around. I don't want to video him because it's rude. I had to move the pickup. I don't even know what that stuff was that was dropped off. It's got to that point, guys. It's got to that point. Stuff just arrives and people just arrive and I don't know what's going on. It's just a bit, you know? I'll take those with me just because with my brew. I now know what they are. They are some very expensive pumps. And I was allowed to lift them off all by myself. The responsibility. Sorry, my actual personality is out today. I can't hide it. It's just tough. So boys, the concreting stuff. Doo-doo-doo. Thank you. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Is it better? So the guys are concreting. Look at me, bad makeup. So the guys are concreting down the bottom. They're just doing little bits, so it's not a massive job. They definitely don't need my help. Obviously. I am just going to tag a couple of these lambs and get them out. There's just 1, 2, 3 here. They can get out. I'm going to catch them little black ones that I haven't been able to catch for 2 days. No joke, they literally just hair around the shed, so I just kind of left them because I was being lazy. And then I think I'm going to keep in stroke sheep and her lamb, because her lamb's actually got... She just kick it off. Her lamb's got a bit of a sore leg. And I have been treating it because I was terrified that it had joint ill, but it is a big lethargic thing that just lies around. I'm just going to keep an eye on them, to be honest, so she can stay in with tiny lamb. I'm not turning tiny lamb out, but they can be released from the pens and go free, I think, now, because I know who's who. I can keep an eye on stuff. Go away, I said. I don't like them going. Jump. I was thinking they're going to break the legs in there. I normally take the door off. Don't go anywhere, little thing. There's a thing. I can't stop the car. There's a thing in here. It's a thing with a red thing with a little tail. It looked like a baby squirrel with a red tail, sort of half a gerbil, half a hamster, with a black tip on the tail. What was it? I'm in the bush, man. I've been on the tinterweb. It was a stoat. We have a stoat. Don't quite know how I feel about this. So when update on Knuckles, because people have been asking. Knuckles was a lamb that its mum literally neglected it, hated it, went in the stocks to try and get her to take it. Obviously, hence like the iodine all over its ass, because I threw iodine at her nose and its brother's nose. She's since taken that lamb. She's out in the field. She wouldn't take Knuckles. Knuckles had splints on already. And because it was in the lamb adopter, didn't get a lot of room running around. And I think that's made the situation worse. Anyway, Knuckles' mum didn't like Knuckles. Didn't work, just didn't happen. So it's come in pet lamb pen. Knuckles, come here. One of its legs has completely straightened up in a day and a bit of being free of bandages. And I just thought I'd let it just have a little bit of time running around. But like, as you can see, that is nothing like what it was. It was completely bent over on its knuckles. And it just seems to be straightening up itself. So for now, I'm gonna leave it, because actually I think Knuckles is doing a good enough job itself to be getting well. So we're just coming in. I've got a bag of disinfectant powder here, and we're just going to disinfect everywhere. I was going to empty that creep feeder and take it out, but you know what? All right. They seem to be having fun with it, so I'm just going to leave it. Why? This lamb's hilarious. Oh, you're naughty. Oh, you're naughty.
He looks good at anything, but he likes to look at everything he sees with those over my shoulder, come on over blue eyes. Hey, what did I just say? He never listens to me anyway, so why do I even waste my breath and try? Then he takes me in his arms while winking at the waitress, and I go the alarms. More trouble than he's worth. More trouble than he's worth. And irreconcilable differences that ain't that we can make it work. He's just more trouble than he's worth. He never wants to watch my shows. Says he'd rather drink a beer and go hang out with those losers he calls friends. Last week, when he asked me out on a date, forgot to mention I had to pay. Money ain't the only thing that he won't spend. Then he starts working his old job.
We're in the shed putting some panels in, and I've just looked out, and I think there's a lamb stuck under a fence. I think. Yeah, like look back and see what I can see. Sorry, I'm a bit blurry. Oh, what's going on? I'm all blurry. Oh, I'm in cinematic, that's why. That's going to take up some memory, innit? Look next to that tree. Where are we, that lamb? That is its lamb, I'm sure. We'll soon find out. You're on the... No joke, you're on the wrong side. Find your mother. Talking to Colin Dawson on the phone. That was Lancashire, that weren't it? I was talking to Colin on the phone, and I could spot this little white pile in the corner of a field, and I thought, oh, what are you doing? Guess who'd fallen asleep and everyone's left it? All the naughty, aren't they? All the naughty. So I'm just taking him back. I don't think your mum's here. I think she's in there. Counting sheep to make sure my paperwork's right. Not that it shouldn't be. Last year, if anyone remembers, we had 2 lambs drown in troughs that size. I'm gonna grab some breeze blocks off the building site and hoy them in the bottom. Does that is that a thing? I'd never known about it before, but 2 lambs last year. And one of them, I didn't find it till a lot later, and it was there. One of them was straight away, but one of them was sort of under the bar somehow, and I didn't notice it because it was black. But yeah, I think I put some rocks or breeze blocks in the bottom of that.
It is. Smells like soil.
Watch. Look at all the worms. That's
Just
crazy.
had a walk on. From
How many ton do you think you make in a year, David?
it is proper stuff, like.
Isn't that good? So that would be 2 years old.
That's 2 years old. It just smells like soil. It doesn't smell of anything. Now then, when it comes,
It does. Just smells like soil.
She said they're a marketing company that's just marketing.
So this has just come in from the auction collection centre, and they'll keep this here for 2 years, and it just gets brought in the wagon load and tipped out. It comes from Penrith Auction, Kendal Auction, and I think the collection centre around here that we take our lambs to. This is a year old. Very decent to me. So this is a year old. And you can, yeah, it might look like it's good, but you can still smell like the ammonia in it. And that's why they give it an extra year. That stuff over there smells like soil. This smells like all washings out. Like it does. It smells like you can smell a slight whiff of the auction, and that's the difference in giving it time. That there gets up to 60 degrees in the middle of that. That's amazing. So it kills all the bugs and. So that, we have just been to sort out the wagon for the cows clip with the guy who has the haulage, like livestock haulage company, David. David also has a sideline in Compost, and he was just showing us around his compost thing. And I asked him, last year, could we have a look? Because I just find it really interesting. So it literally is all the sweepings out from the wagons. It's all of, when you go to the auction, if you're a farmer, when you go to the auction, and you obviously wash all the wagons out, and it goes into there's like a bay, isn't there, where it all kind of goes into. They take all that, they take it from 2 different auctions, and normally when people make compost, they literally try and do it as fast as possible. They add chemicals to it to do it as fast as possible. They do all sorts of things. If they're using bark and stuff like that, they basically just pulverize it until it's mushed up enough to be called compost. That, they literally have the time and the space to just leave it for 2 years. So when you get it, you saw how many worms in it. Like, you can't even, there's that many worms in it. It was untrue. There was 100. You just pulled a pile out and there's 30 worms in your hand. It was crazy. But yeah, I just thought it was really interesting. So that stuff is classed as category 3 waste, but for 28 days. So if you leave it sat there for 28 days, because of the fleece in it, obviously, he said it's the same category as offal, which is just crazy. But yeah, that's what they're doing, and I just thought it was really interesting. Just waving at my friends. But yeah, I just thought you'd like to have a look. But yeah, how good is that? How good is that? That is literally the best compost I've ever seen, ever. If you want to buy some David's compost, I'll leave a link below. Please don't fall, please don't fall, please don't fall, please don't fall, please don't fall. Ah! So I wasn't allowed to go at this. I think if I use his work too. I am, however, allowed to go at scratch. My apprenticeship's growing. Can I write my name? I've confirmed or denied whether or not this is all right. I'll let you write your name. Oh my God, just call me Picasso. Actually in hysterics at this thing that's been born. It's just free range at the minute. Show everybody how bold you are. Wait, turn to the sun. Wait, no, don't turn to the sun. You'll get burnt. Oh, Baldy. All right, I'll put you down. It's so wrong. So wrong. I ran and everything, like a proper ran. There's no planes to be seen. Come this way! I'm at risk of losing my paperwork! I'm gonna miss the plane! Oh, I'm so disappointed right now. There's a roof in my way. I don't need an envelope.